So I woke up this morning to being perceived by Emily. So that was terrible. The lighting in here. Listen. I can't move my car. I can't move. My anxiety's through the roof. I woke up this morning to being perceived by Emily. She followed me back, liked some stuff, commented on some stuff. And yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna throw up or cry or both. I woke up this morning with no idea where half my shit is. Can't find any of my beanies. And rather than, just using my husband's and destroying them with makeup, I was like, oh, I'll just go to the store and buy a new beanie. Well, they didn't have any. So now I have this little knit beret. It's so goddamn cold outside that there's like thick ice on my windshield. I also had to get some eyelashes that I need to put on. And I found them in Teddy, which is my favorite style. I have my giant fucking makeup bag because I thought I'm not digging through my stuff and finding my scissors to cut these just so I can lose my scissors. So I just thought, you know what? Fuck it. If I lose anything, I'll lose all of my makeup at one time in one quick fucking swoop. I left my fucking Bluetooth speaker at work yesterday, and we have talked about this. I am poor. The dashboard of my van caught on fire, so I use a Bluetooth speaker in my car. I left in a hurry yesterday and left my Bluetooth speaker. And there's a lot of people that are like, I can't believe that you drive with your anxiety being as bad as it is. Do you know how I drive with my anxiety being as bad as it is? I turn on music and I try not to pay attention to my vehicle. I pay attention to what's going on around it because I have very bad anxiety that something is going to happen while I'm driving. I'm not even going to say what, because I feel like it's giving that energy to the universe. It's manifesting it, And when I don't have music to turn on, I tend to hear every pop and snap and crackle, and I pay attention to like the vibrations of my van, and it like I feel and hear and smell everything so much more when it's quiet in my car. And I don't have my Bluetooth speaker to distract me. So that's fucking awesome. But that's how I deal with my anxiety in my car, is I turn on music and watch the people around me, but try not to pay too much attention to every little twinge of my vehicle. I lost my nose ring, and I have been trying to find a new nose ring. Where I live, the Walmart used to sell body jewelry. It doesn't anymore. And the nearest mall is 20 minutes away. So I bought some of these. Don't say, oh, you could order it online. Every time I order like hoops online, I get them in the mail and they're far too big for me. I got to be careful. These are real silver. I got to be careful. I don't want what happened to my ring to happen to these. Okay. So I went ahead and I got some hoops while I was in there. And there's 3 different sizes. I want to see if any of them will fit my nose and look okay. Too big. Need to size down. Okay. Here we go. Oh, and I woke up. I can't find any of my beanies. Didn't want to take one of Eps's beanies because I will fucking destroy it with makeup. Couldn't find my powder, like my face powder, my infallible powder. So I had to use loose powder on my face, like the stuff that I usually press in my T-zone. My face feels so fucking dry. I feel like a goddamn saltine cracker right now. Now watch, this one's going to be too small. Ooh. No, it's not going to be too small. I'm going to do the thing where I can't find the hole. Or maybe I did. Did I? Let's see. Does that look okay? Oh, that's not hooked at all. That's not hooked at all. It's just pinched. It's pinched. I hate my life. I thought about talking to you guys the whole time that I'm driving, just like hitting record before, you know, I get moving and talking to you guys before I start driving. I don't have, 35 minutes worth of stuff to talk about. I know, I suck, I'm boring, boo, tomato, but I don't. I'm feeling better today, so it's like I don't feel like this excessive need to word vomit today. But also, like, the biggest concern I have with driving and talking is the fact that it's so fucking cold out right now. There's ice crystals on my windows. And I literally had to sit in my car for like 20 minutes waiting for it to thaw out, like to soften up enough that I could get out and scrape it off so that I could drive up the fucking street. So I gotta have my heat on. It is fucking freezing in here. The only reason that I'm able to sit here without any kind of heat on is because I got a fucking wig, which may as well be a beanie, with the fucking knit hat on top of it. I got a very heavy sweater and my fucking you-know-nothing Jon Snow jacket on. And I'm like, I don't want to taint my audio. For me, like, as somebody that gets like overstimulated really, really easily, shit like excessive amounts of white noise for extended periods of time, agitates me. I know for some people that shit's relaxing. For me, though, I'm like, you're grating on me. You're grating on my fucking nerves. So, I don't know what to do. My hands are fucking freezing. I'm going to eat a protein bar because I am starving. I have massive anxiety about drive-thrus because I have car anxiety. And also, I binged really badly last night, and I'm in a lot of physical pain for it. That's the second time this year. Saturdays are always bad for me. Saturdays are always bad for me because I go to work and I move around a lot, and I don't know if it's stress. I don't know if it's my body saying, fucking feed me, bitch. I don't know what it is, but I absolutely lose control on Saturdays. And I did last Saturday as well. Like, when I'm filming in my bathroom, if you look behind me, you see my little doggy calendar that I showed you guys. I keep track of whether or not I binged that day on it. And I've got 2 reds. I color it green if I did good and red if I did bad, so that I can show my psychiatrist and my therapist. And I've got 2 reds. And don't sit there and be like, oh, good and bad. Binging to the point that you feel physically fucking ill, that you can't sleep because your fucking heartburn is so bad that you're literally, your stomach feels like it's going to rip open and explode, and you are so physically and mentally uncomfortable, is a bad thing. That's a bad thing. I actually remembered my sunglasses today. I actually fucking remembered my sunglasses today. I knew that it was going to be sunny because it's cold. When it's sunny, it's cold. When it's gray, it's warm. I don't make the rules of Ohio. I just live here. I just woke up from a nap. Can I just say, it's really hard doing nothing at work all day. Like, I'll come home, and I'm glad that I'm not the only one that thinks this, because my coworker said the same thing. I worked with them yesterday, and they said that they had all these plans, and then they got home after a long day of doing nothing. I was like, I can't do any of that. The phone line at my family's restaurant, it's broken. So it's been 2 or 3 weeks of nobody ordering food because nobody can get a hold of us. The financial hit I am taking because I'm not making any tips. Wonderful, beautiful, fantastic. Saturday, it was like half working, half not working. Like it had little blips of working and then it would stop. Today, it didn't work at all. Today, it didn't work for even 30 fucking seconds. I wouldn't need a second hand to count how many people I saw today because our phones are down. And like the company that does the phones doesn't care to come out in the middle of nowhere and fix it. So it's been wonderful. It's killing my sister's business and it's killing my fucking tips. It's killing my fucking tips. I never really much realized how much I need them. Like, honestly. So I was like watching back the stuff that I filmed this morning in my car, and I was like, it sounds like I'm mad that Emily followed me. Being perceived by somebody that I know is better than me, it makes me so nervous I could puke. The fact that she knows that I exist. I can't. She just liked my story on Instagram, and I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy to breathe her air. I'm not fucking worthy to breathe her air. But I did get a bunch of new followers on Instagram, and that's exciting. Except I'm really shitty. I'm really shitty at Instagram. I'm really shitty at social media. Like, you can tell when I'm in a mood that I'm when I'm slightly manic, because my fucking Instagram story is just little tiny slits where you gotta just go like this to get through it, because I'm just sharing shit every 30 seconds. I want to talk about something that's been heavily weighing on my mind lately, and I don't know why. She must be thinking about me. She must be thinking about me, and you know what? She better fucking stop. So I made a new Instagram because I accidentally deleted my old one. Don't ask me how you accidentally delete your Instagram. I'll tell you how I did it actually. You get like, if you decide that you want to like deactivate temporarily, you get like 30 days to come back and reactivate your account. So I took a break for 31 days. For 31 days. Thinking that it had only been 30 days. Try to come back, my account was perma deleted. So I make a new one, and within, I don't know, a day to 3 days, I get a message from this girl that I quit being friends with because she was just mean to me. She was just mean to me. She was one of those people that projected all of her insecurities on me. She projected all of her insecurities on me. I built this, every time that I would go viral on TikTok, she would be hateful. And if you follow me, if you've been following me for more than 15 seconds, you know that I hate going viral. I love being this little in your back pocket niche creator. I don't like to be perceived by large audiences of people. In fact, that was my Pepsi bottle popping, by the way. In fact, one of the biggest reasons that I decided to leave TikTok was because, you know, at least on YouTube, if somebody clicks my video and they're a dick, that's on them. You actively chose to go out of your way to watch me. On TikTok, you're handing yourself to an audience of people that don't have to click anything to see you. So therefore, you're being exposed to people that are not necessarily going to be kind to you, people that absolutely hate everything about you, and people that look like you and think like you and all of that. And it makes you a target. I swear there is a conspiracy theory that TikTok purposely puts people in people's algorithms that they know that they won't like because of engagement, because they know that somebody's going to say something hateful or argue or start an argument or something, and it is engagement and it makes them more money. But let's talk about the fact that every time I would go viral, she would be super hateful towards me, even though I myself was not too stoked on it. I started losing weight because my liver was about to shut down. In fact, I just had a family member pass away about 2 days ago of the same liver disease that I have. I was told lose weight or your liver's you're gonna have cirrhosis of the liver and you're gonna die. So I did, and she was weirdly hateful towards me about it. I didn't lose weight for any other reason than that I was going to fucking die. That's it. And she would like, I can't even describe it. She would tell me all the time, like, because my following would come in waves. on TikTok. My following would come in like chunks, like waves. And every time I would have like a wave of like a couple thousand followers, she would say, oh my God, if your followers knew what you look like without makeup and without a filter, you wouldn't have any. She would like call me a catfish and all kinds of shit. She would say hateful things to me about the fact that when I was a teenager, I left home. And I moved like 1,400 miles away. I got married. I had babies. 2 of the 4 babies that I had passed away. I lost my fucking mind. I needed my family. I needed my sister. I needed my dad. I needed my grandmas. I managed to live somewhere for years and never make any friends. Things were not good. So I packed up my shit and I moved back home. My mental health from, having my babies, they passed away. And then immediately, like my twins passed away in September. I got pregnant December. So my body was, and then I had my oldest son in August. And then a little over a year later, I think he was like 13 months old, I got pregnant with my youngest. So my body was constantly in the throes of fucking hormones. I had postpartum depression, and I was grieving my 2 little boys, and I was alone going through this. I had no friends, I had no family, I had nothing, and I decided to leave. I needed to go home. I felt this pull to return to my family. I needed my dad. I needed my sister. I needed my grandmothers. So I came home, and she would constantly, all the time, make fun of me and call me a failure because I came home. And she moved away. She up and moved to Florida for some job that she hates, some office job working in a loan office that she hates. She would get drunk and just cry to me about how she wanted to meet somebody and how she wanted to have kids. But when she was sober, she would make fun of me for having a husband and kids. Oh, at least I don't have things that tie me down. That's projection, basically, is what it is. Like, she would ask me to do something, and I would have to check with my husband, and I would have to check with my kids, and check with my kids? No, I would have to make sure that they had what they needed, and that, my husband could be there, or their dad could be there. And she would be like, God, I'm so happy that I don't have to do that. It's really not that big of a deal. It's really not. If you don't have kids, you've got something else that makes it so that some other obligation in your life. Like, most people can't just take off and go do things. They've got obligations in their life that they have to make sure line up with trying to be spontaneous. Most functioning adults cannot just drop everything and go. Like, the amount of people that I know that don't have kids, but they still have to find somebody to watch their pets, and they still have to make sure that their shifts are covered at work, and they still have to make sure that they have the money because they have to pay their fucking bills and buy food and all that. Like, that's life. Kids, no kids, that's life. But it was projection. She would constantly project that she was in her 30s and she wasn't married and she had kids, and she's extremely religious. And in her head, that's what she was supposed to be doing. And she wasn't doing that. And here I am, this Satanist that is, and she fucking hated it. Let's talk about the fact that on my wedding day, I'm standing in the store making these last minute purchases with my sister. And she calls me and she tells me, hey, this is what I'm wearing. And I was like, oh, cool, you're going to look great. And she says, I just wanted to let you know so I don't stand you up at your own wedding. I wore my grandmother's green wedding dress from the early 1980s. My hair was past my ass with loose curls, and I had flowers in my hair, and I got married in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the night on Halloween. The only lighting was candlelight. My friends and my family were spread out around us in the trees and stuff because of COVID. I could not had a better wedding. I could not have had it go better. I could not had felt more beautiful. But she was like, I just wanted to call you and let you know I'm sorry if I look better than you at your own wedding. It was not long after that I decided to quit being her friend. I blocked her on everything, and she started sending my husband these messages. Tell that bitch to unblock me. And he was like, she's a grown woman and I'm not telling her to do anything. And then he and my sister and a bunch of people were like, you know, I didn't want to say anything, but she was not very nice to you. And she was not a good friend. Goodbye and good riddance. You don't deserve that. I actually have a matching tattoo with her. Matching tattoos are cursed. I'll tell you what. This tattoo on the back of my arm, matching tattoo with a girl I no longer speak to because she turned out to be a shady human being. And I didn't know this until I started spending more time with her. Years into our friendship. Matching tattoos are cursed. Somebody's gonna get in my fucking comments and be like, I have a matching tattoo with yada yada yada, and we've been friends for like 75 years and everything's fine. Every person I have a matching tattoo with, related or not, I don't have anything to do with them. But anyways, the whole point in this, I feel like I've been talking about this for 20 fucking minutes and I have not gotten to the point. She messaged me on Instagram, and that's the whole point of me talking about having a new Instagram account. Every person that I had blocked on Instagram was suddenly unblocked. She was like forwarding a meme to me. She was like, saw this and thought about you, and I couldn't see it until I approved her message request, which I shut off my message request. Sorry guys, I really don't like dealing with Jake Monroe's horde of middle-aged housewives that have nothing better to do but to harass people online that don't like him, or perverts. So I blocked her immediately, and it was like my husband and I were talking about it. I don't have my name anywhere on my Instagram. I do not have my Instagram connected to any other social media sites because I don't fucking have any. I know that like Instagram is connected to Facebook, but I don't have a Facebook. And I don't follow people that I know in real life. Like nobody. Other than my sister and my husband, I don't follow anyone that I know in real life. So she couldn't find me through like mutual connections. That bitch had to been looking me up and trying to weasel her way back into my life. Blows my fucking mind. Blows my mind. I feel like she needs somebody in her life to look down on. She needs somebody in her life to look down on. She would watch my TikToks excessively. And the thing is, like on TikTok, if you block somebody, their comments don't go away. You just can't see them, which if you ask me is really stupid. And this guy one day had went through my TikToks and had left me a bunch of comments calling me a cow and a fatty and stuff like that. And she went through and screenshotted all of them and like posted it places. She would do stuff like take your what's it called? Snapchats. Oh my God, I'm getting old. Anyways, if I would Snapchat her, she would try to screen grab me at the most unflattering angle and would post it on Facebook. I'm not that friend. I'm not that friend. I'm not a mean friend. I'm not the friend that's going to be hateful to my friends and then call it joking, ever. And I don't like to be friends with people that are like that. You will never in your life catch me calling my friends or my family fat or ugly or trying to humiliate them. That's not my humor, and that's not how I treat people that I love. And I don't like anything to do with people that are like that either. I don't have that dynamic with a single person in my life, and I never would. So I immediately blocked her. And she had to have been looking for me. She had to have been looking for me. She knows my username. It's been the same on the internet since 2019. Anyways, what time is it? I've got to edit this. 8:37. Tomorrow's back to business as usual. Weekends are always weird. For those of you who just followed me, weekends are always weird for me. Not doing anything this weekend at work, it made it hard to come home and function. Yesterday I came home and took a nap. And today I came home and took a nap. We have a really big day this week. I'm not going to tell you when, because for safety reasons, but we have a really big day this week. The kids don't have school tomorrow, but I feel like I'm not going to be able to go anywhere or do very much because the fucking financial hit that I took from not making any tips, absolutely astonishing. But I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.